Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to go from this to this. Wow, if it only were that easy to get glam so fast. Alright, so I have a story for y'all. And I came on here like this today because, let's be honest, this is how I start off. I want you to see how I go from 0 to 100. Not real quick, but like it takes some time and effort and elbow grease in there. Last night I got out the shower, right, washed my hair, and I put my products in it, and I was like, I'm gonna try to give myself a blowout, right? I never do that. Well, that was a fail because after 4 sections I realized I had like 20 sections left or more, and I was not about that life. So for the blowouts, it's a no for me because I literally did 4 sections down here, and then I'm like, this is gonna take me 4 hours by myself. So for y'all who do blowouts at home, for y'all who are hairstylists and do blowouts every day, props to y'all because I couldn't do it. It's a no for me. I'm just not a blowout type of girl. I mean, I just have line hair and I have a line mane, and it is what it is. I'll stick to my hot tools once a week. I'm cool with that. But yeah, today I'm gonna show you if you have a holiday photo shoot to go to with your family, if you have like a small dinner you're attending. We've just been staying home, but these are some great go-to holiday makeup looks that I wanted to share with you. So let's get started. Alright, I'm back. I did my hair and I haven't added hairspray or anything, but it's better than what I had earlier. So I went ahead and put on my eyebrows. I've been using my go-to favorite eyebrow pencil, and it's drugstore. We all love affordable, so I know y'all want to know. It's the Milani Precision Brow in soft brown, number 130. When I tell you, I haven't used the CoverGirl one. I still love it. And I haven't used the e.l.f. one. I've just been using this one. Love affordable options, right? So I threw that on, and then I threw on my eyeshadow base. Also another favorite, and it's also drugstore, so that's a plus, right? It's the Revolution Pro Eye Elements Central Eye Primer. So it's like a little pot. It's creamier than the MAC one, but it does a good job in holding the eyeshadows without creasing throughout the day. Alright, so to get started with the makeup look, again, this is gonna be your go-to holiday glam, quick, fast, and in a hurry, because some of us have time, some of us don't have time. But when in need of a quick glam, look no further. You can do this look with bronzer, you can do this look with 2 eyeshadows. I'm personally just gonna do 3 today, and that's it. To start off, I'm using the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette. This is what it looks like. This is such a nice versatile palette. It has such beautiful colors, both matte and shimmery. I'm using 2 eyeshadows for my lid from this palette, and then the only reason I'm going into another palette, which you don't have to, it's just a preference, is because I like a matte brow bone highlight, and this BH palette doesn't have a matte highlight, so I'm just going to go with the ABH Soft Glam palette in the color Tempera. Alright, so first, I'm just going to pack this on under my brow bone, just tap it in. And then brush the excess towards the outer corner and inner corner. Same thing on the other eye. Now we're gonna hold on to that brush to come back to it later. It's just a flat pointed brush. You're gonna take a fluffy blending brush and you're gonna dip into the second darkest color, which will be the transition. It's gonna be Aquarius, the matte eyeshadow from BH Cosmetics. And these are very pigmented as well, so you don't need to go in with a whole lot. Tap away any excess primer, and then we're gonna start tapping it and buffing it on the crease. If you have hooded eyes like me, it's like your pretend crease. When you blend it towards the inner corner, make sure that you're going as close as your inner corner as you can, like to your tear duct. Don't bring it too far close to your nose, just keep it close to your tear duct. Let me zoom y'all in so you can see what I'm doing. So here, close to your inner corner tear duct. And then for the outer corner, we're going to just pat that close to the lash line. It's like press and push. And then connect the two spots. Now just buff it out or smoke it out until you see no harsh edges or until you start liking the way that it looks. Do the same thing with the other eye. See how pigmented these are? I've only gone in twice. Like small taps, not like swirl. I don't like to swirl into my eyeshadows. I just pat on the pan. With the flatter packing brush, it's going to be still fluffy but more on the flat side. This is the BH 103 brush. You're going to go into the third and final eyeshadow that we're using today. And I went into Sagittarius from the BH Cosmetics palette, which is right here. And then start pressing it onto the lid. Sorry if you hear some weird noises. My dogs are outside my door. When I start tapping the color, I like to tap it on one area at a time and slowly, gradually start moving to the other direction. I don't like to swipe it too much because then I feel like it picks up all the eyeshadow off. Now we have that there. We're going to go on and do the same thing to the other eye. And now I'm going to take my fluffy brush that I just used second, and I'm going to tap into the same two eyeshadows very lightly. So the matte Aquarius and the matte Sagittarius. Just tap them and then start blending them. Very, very light pressure. Same thing with the other eye. And now you can go in with the clean brush or back with your original brow bone highlight, which is the Tempera eyeshadow, and just emphasize that arch. Really quickly, I'm gonna take this Milani Stay Put eyeliner in the color 02 Semi Sweet. It's like a deep cool brown. And I'm gonna take, because I have hooded eyes, I'm gonna take where my lid folds here at the very outer corner. I'm just gonna tap the eyeliner there and then look down, or like close your eye and drag diagonally until you touch your eyelid. So that way it brings the eye up. And so then for the inner corner of the eye, we're just gonna try to stay as close to the lash line as possible. So that way it goes from like really thin to like lifted. Same thing on the other eye. Don't worry if it's not perfect. We're gonna go over that with eyeliner. Now do it on your waterline. And take the same two eyeshadows and a thin angled brush. Same two eyeshadows, so first Aquarius and then Sagittarius. And I'm gonna blend that liner out at the bottom lash line. Now we're gonna do a wing. Another one of my drugstore favorites for eyeliner is the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. And it's a pen marker style with a brush tip. Same concept. We're gonna try to stay as close to the lash line on the front, on the inner corner. And I'm gonna do a little bit of a point to really make the eye sharp. And the way I like to do it, I just like to mark a horizontal line and then do that angled triangle, I guess, on the inner corner. You gotta do this very carefully and just relax. So hold on. And then here we're gonna do the wing. Already messed up. Okay, so I don't know what it is, but when I'm sick, my hands get really shaky, and right now I have like a head cold, like just stuffy. And don't worry. I'd rather mess up the bottom because then I can just clean it with concealer, which is what I'm gonna do. Okay, because I keep going up with it, so hold on a second. They look so different, and oh my god, that's what I was missing. Okay, let me fix it now. I'll show you how. You're gonna get some concealer. 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 Does that ever happen to you when you say a word too many times and it sounds like not a word? It sounds weird. It happens to me very often. Alright, with the concealer and a tiny brush, I'm using the e.l.f. small concealer brush. It's very tiny. My favorite brush. Don't stretch your eye, just relax it because we don't want the line to be all wobbly. Tap off the excess. And blend out the edge. This really makes your eyes look super elongated, especially when you have lashes on. Alright, so before we add the inner corner highlight, because I always do that after I finish my face, and be right back. I think my camera just died and I don't know at what point, so I'm sorry about that. I was just telling y'all that I've been loving this Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation. I did get it a little bit too dark, but that's because when I add powder and concealer and powder, it always lightens my face. I'm gonna take just a little bit and like blend it on one side first. I love this foundation because I don't feel the need to powder, but I'm gonna do it just for today because I got a powder that I wanted to try. I always forget to wipe my lips off. I still like to go in and press it in a little. Again, if you're new to my channel, I never put foundation here under my eyes because I don't like my under eyes to be cakey. I'm gonna leave that spot for concealer to do the coverage and not too many layers. And then just a little bit on the forehead. And so now for contour, I'm using my e.l.f. cream contour palette, the trusty, not crusty, but trusty palette. I like to spray a hydrating spray here so that the contour blends easier. At first it's gonna look a little dark, right? Start on the outer corner, kind of bring it up. I like to bring mine all the way in because it's all about illusions, right? And then we just want to press it in lightly. Then I'm gonna do my forehead. Tap it into the hairline, don't be scared. Blend it. Same thing for the triple chin. You want to go under the chin, under the jawline, all the way up to the temple, like where your edges are at, sideburns, edges, whatever. So blend it down behind your ear, down to your neck so that it's not so harsh. And you see the difference between this side and this side? I mean, I see the difference. So let me do this one so we can move on to concealer. And then you blend it with a little sponge. I'm gonna leave that one just for a little bit because we're gonna do conceal and brighten. Okay, so if you guys saw my last videos about my dad and everything, it's really been affecting my skin, that I've been not really sleeping and stressed out. I know y'all could tell in the other video really bad because I didn't really put any face products. Like today I'm going heavier, but I could see the texture and everything on my face, so, and the bags and everything. So let's try to cover that up a little more since we're gonna do a little bit more glam. I mean, normally I would put peach corrector, but I don't think my eye bags are too crazy right now. You want to blend it all the way into your inner corner so it can really open up, brighten, and clean that up. So now I want to go back in and clear out the creases so that we can try this new powder. The Anastasia Loose Setting Powder. This is in the translucent one. Let's see what the hype is about. I know I'm late, but I don't like to buy a lot of new face powders. I feel like I have recently to try them out, but when I like something, I just stick with it. I'm a creature of habit. So I'm going to not bake. I'm just gonna set my face. I'm gonna press away my creases, dip into the powder and press it in. For the rest of the face, I'm gonna use the regular sponge, the more flat side. This powder is so finely milled. The moment of truth, my forehead, that's where it always looks cakey first. Okay, because I added too much, I'm gonna just gonna start wiping it away. And before I start moving anything around, I'm just gonna start pressing it, like buffing it in lightly. I'm into it right now. Can you tell? So anyways, I love blush, I love highlight, but I would prefer if I had perfect skin to not wear foundation ever. But when I find products that I like for the face, I mean, I get addicted to them. So for example, me not being a foundation and powder lover, this powder looks really good. It looks like powder in some areas that normally would look cakey on me, like my nose and my forehead, but it doesn't look like crocodile, you know, like sometimes it can look with my dry skin. So far, I'm very impressed. I use my trusty NYX contour. It's the blush in the shade Taupe. For contour, I like to use small angled brushes. This is the BH Cosmetics number 2. Some bronzer, I'm going to use the Milani Silky Matte 01 bronzer. Same brush. think I use this one. It's the Anastasia Blush Trio in Pink Passion. And I use this brush, BH Cosmetics number 3, and I tapped into all 3. And I just started tapping it on. And I like to add blush all over the areas where I put bronzer, so it can be like an even kiss of the sun. You don't have to do this, but you can just get like a little fluffy brush and the same blush you just used all over, just kind of push that into your crease. I saw this on Harush's video, but I was like, well, it makes sense. I already put it all over where I put bronzer. Why not touch it like on my eyes so that it can just pull the whole look together? I want to be really festive, so I'm going to mix 2. This one is very icy, and it's the Wet n Wild Hello Halo Blush Lighter. I'm using Highlight Bling. I'm just going to use this side. And since that one's very icy, I'm just going to tone it down a touch. I'm going to tone the highlighter down a bit using the Amrezy highlighter by Anastasia. I'm going to go over that blush and bronzer a little more so that it doesn't look so harsh. Okay, what's next? Let me throw on some lashes real quick and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back and it's inner corner highlight time. I'm gonna use the Be Perfect Cosmetics and Stacey Marie Get Wet highlighter in the shade Do You. You know, I just can't live without the inner corner highlight. And a little bit of that Hello Halo that I used just to tie it all together. And then for lashes, I use VergMUA.com lashes, and I will post the style below in the description. Now time for my favorite part. I can't even say favorite part because I love everything about this classic look, the lips. So I'm gonna do the LA Girl Perfect Precision Lip Liner in the color Reddish. And this will be my second time trying it. It was a hit the first time. Everybody was asking me to do a look because this red looks so good with it. If you think that's too much for you, stick to a nude lip. That's perfectly fine. I do that normally. But this is the Fenty Uncensored. I only used one application of it. I want to thank you all for watching, for coming back to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe and share, and it would mean the world if we got to 150 before December 31st, before the year ends. Sending all my love to you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.